I'm looking a little crazy right now. Last video I made, I was talking about I'm scared of the Lakers. I'm scared of the Ant-Man, Batman, Superman, Lakers are nah. Yeah. I'm honestly, because in the first place, I didn't think the Lakers were going to win a championship this year. They fooled me in the last stretch of the season by actually playing good basketball. But yeah, it ended up how I expected it to go from the beginning. So, yeah. The Lakers, man, it's okay though. We ball. I'm not. I'm not disappointed. I mean, some people are, but I'm kind of like they didn't have a center. Their team was not very good in the first place. I just didn't. I believed in them. I won't say I didn't believe in them because I did believe in them. I thought that they had a chance. I thought that JJ Redick was a really good coach, and I thought that they were going to actually do something, at least more than one playoff win. They had the same amount of postseason wins as the Mavericks. And before you say, oh, the Mavericks didn't make the playoffs, postseason, the play-in counts as the postseason as well. So it's just really crazy to think that the Mavericks and the Lakers both made the trade and have the same amount of postseason wins. The Warriors won from their trade, though, and we can talk about that. We can definitely talk about that. I wanted to make a video about the Warriors-Rockets series like last week because Steven Adams was really showing me what he could do, and it was really impressive. But, yeah, this is kind of just a rain check. This is kind of just like a, hey, guys, I'm still watching basketball, and here's what I have to talk about. These the first round series. First of all, the first round was amazing. First round was great. Great endings to a bunch of series. We had a Jalen Brunson game winner. We had Aaron Gordon game winner. Tyrese Halliburton game winner and comeback late. Like, we had a very entertaining first round. And there's a lot of questions to be asked about where the Bucks go from here, but we're not thinking about that right now. We're thinking about who's going to win a championship this season. And right now, it's very fun, man. It's very, very fun. We still... Man, it's okay. Let me look at the second round series because for the first time in NBA history ever, every single second round team that had home court advantage lost. And I think there's like this thing going on in the NBA right now where home teams are 2-10 in the month of May. Insane. It's just like a ridiculous stretch of away teams winning every single game. It's low-key insane. But yeah, the Knicks won game one against the Celtics. Pacers won game one and game two against the Cavs. The Warriors won game one against the Timberwolves, even without Steph Curry. And the Nuggets just barely won game one against the Thunder. Now, when it comes to Cavs Pacers, I'll talk about that series because that's the only one that's made it to 2 games so far. Originally, I was like, this is a pretty interesting series. I think the Cavs are a pretty easy favorite, but the Pacers could take them to 6. If you had to ask me who was going to win the series before, I would say Cavs in 6. And the Cavs can still win in 6, but being down 2-0 is not ideal. The Bucks came back down 2-0 in the finals, won championship. The Raptors came back down 2-0 against the Bucks in 2019 and went on to win a championship. There's teams that have been down 2-0 that have come back, but it's definitely not where you want to be. The Cavs are down 2-0 as a 1 seed. Darius Garland is still questionable. Evan Mobley and DeAndre Hunter questionable. Like, we don't know what's going on. Lots of injuries. And Donovan Mitchell, the crazy thing is Donovan Mitchell had a 48-point masterclass. And nobody's going to talk about it because of how the game ended. On the Pacers side, people have to accept that Tyrese Halliburton is clutch. Tyrese Halliburton is really here, and he's putting himself in that conversation of the top point guards in the league. Of course, not top 3 because those 3 are like ridiculous, but maybe top 5, maybe top 6, top 7. You know what I'm saying? He's in that conversation. He's saying, I'm not overrated because he was the most overrated player in the league. And even the crowd in Cleveland was chanting, overrated. And look what overrated did. He did the big ball celebration. Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton has really shown out, and I'm impressed. I definitely like the Pacers out of all these teams right now have this, like, with how the series are going at the very least, have the best odds of making it to the next round. Everybody thinks Celtics have the best odds of winning a championship. Cavs are like 60-win team. They're a contender. And the Knicks, even though people don't look at them as real contenders, are still like a pretty good team. Even they won game one against the Celtics, but with the clutch play of the year, by the way. But Tyrese Halliburton has really taken this Pacers team and shown us we're still here. Like it seemed like to me, I saw the Pacers as a team that was like the Hawks of 2021, where the Hawks made the conference finals. Trae Young was amazing. Everybody was like, "Oh my goodness, Trae Young, this team is actually looking promising for the future." And they made one conference finals, and then after that, they didn't do anything. The Pacers, I saw them as a team that was similar to that kind of mold. And it seems like Tyrese Halliburton's bringing them to be more. I think the Pascal Siakam addition, because Trae Young had John Collins and Clint Capella and like a solid team. Tyrese has not John Collins. He has Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, and a great young supporting cast who all know how to step up in the playoffs. So, of course, they're not a perfect team. I don't know if they're not title favorites, but they are showing out. They are showing out for sure. And it's going to be entertaining tonight because we still don't know what's happening in game 2 of the other 2 series. When it comes to this Cavs-Pacers series specifically, I think the Cavs can still come back. Donovan Mitchell, we know he can be amazing in the playoffs. We know he can put a team on his back. And he did. He did last night. It just didn't work out well because Tyrese worked his magic. But we'll see, man. Especially because the Pacers get to go back home. I don't think the Cavs are going to get swept for sure. They take one game at the very least. The Pacers are definitely high favorites to win the series now because they're up 2-0, which is insane. And if you looked around at a lot of NBA conversations, people did not have the Pacers coming out of the series. Everybody was like, yeah, the Cavs making the conference finals, they're a lot. Like, the East seemed like a cakewalk if you weren't the Celtics and the Cavs. Or like if you were the Celtics and the Cavs. And if you weren't, it was just like no chance. But it's looking like it's a lot different, especially with the Knicks winning game 1. I guess we could talk about that now. Game 1, Knicks versus Celtics. The Celtics chucked 63s in game 1. Ridiculous. NBA playoff record, 63s. And this is the Celtics play style. This is who we know the Celtics to be. The Celtics are a 3-point shooting team. That's their identity. They live and die by the 3. Just like the 2018 Rockets. And they died by the 3 on Monday night. I'll tell you that. They died by the 3 in that game 1. Because my goodness. They shot a lot of 3s. And people are going to, of course, this is just, it's not exactly something to pin on any player in particular. It's just a team system. They shot 20 shots in the third quarter, and 19 of them were 3s. It's just the fact that they kept shooting more 3s as the game went on, even when they weren't hitting them. That comes down to coaching, and it's like the same. It's just the same thing that happened with the Rockets way back when, where they kept shooting and they kept missing, and the Warriors came back, and the Rockets could have won a championship that year if it wasn't for the amount of 3s they chucked up. And, of course, there was a Chris Paul injury, too, so that played a part. But still, the Celtics live and die by 3. So when they're hitting their 3s, it's scary. They're the best team in the NBA, possibly. But when they miss them, we have a night like we did on Monday. Even then, they were up by 20, having a horrible shooting night, and the Knicks came back. And that's the thing that scares me for the Knicks. Because if the Celtics were up by 20 still when they were shooting bad, you can't trust that they're going to shoot bad the whole entire series. I mean, you could do everything you can, everything in your power to make them miss as many 3s as you can make them miss, but you can't bank on them missing all their 3s for the rest of the series. So, I don't know. For the Pacers-Cavs series, like, I'm pretty confident the Cavs can come back, but it's going to be hard, and it looks like the Pacers have a very high chance of moving on to the next round, if I had to guess right now. Knicks-Celtics. I think the Celtics still are the favorites in this series as well. Of course, especially because they only played one game, so the Knicks are only up 1-0. And this is also the only game the Knicks have won against the Celtics in like the past year, which is actually insane. But the Celtics, yeah, I think they're going to come back stronger. Jason Tatum also had a bad game 1. Like, they won game 1 against the Magic, but he had a bad game 1 in the last series, and then the rest of the series he went on to average like 30. So, yeah, Jason Tatum, watch out for him, man. That's a dangerous man right there. So I think I'm still believing in the Celtics to take up the rest of the series, but it's I'm glad that the Knicks were able to show us it won't be a cakewalk. I'm glad that the Knicks were able to show a bit of fight against one of these top teams, because the Knicks were one of those teams who was like, everyone was like, yeah, we don't think they could really do much. But yeah, it's good to see that they can actually take at least a game from the Celtics. And who knows, maybe the Celtics could take all four after this. It would still be disappointing on this Knicks side, because we look at this team to be more with Jalen Brunson, Cat, and like the supporting cast that they have, especially starting lineup of all defense shooting. And of course, you have Brunson and Cat as defensive liabilities, but still, you don't want this team just to be a second round exit. You've already been a second round exit like 3 times in a row now. So you want to be more than that. And will they be? I don't know. I really don't. I guess we'll see. It also depends on injuries, because injuries is a big component, especially when it comes to this point of the playoffs. I'm now realizing it's like the second round when players are almost guaranteed to get injured. Second, third round guaranteed to get injured. We had Curry injury. We had like the whole half the Cavs started lineup injured. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully like you want everybody to stay healthy in every series. But yeah, I don't know, man. I still think the Celtics are heavy favorites in this series, but the Knicks showing some fight is definitely a good sign. Now on the West side of things, I don't want to make this video too long. I've already been yapping for 11 minutes, but the Thunder versus Nuggets. Let's talk about that. The Thunder were leading almost all game. They were up by 10 with like 3-4 minutes left. Nuggets fought hard, fought back. They did not give up. Russell Westbrook getting that rebound pass to Aaron Gordon, and Aaron Gordon, or was it Russ getting the rebound? Somebody got the rebound. I don't know who it was. Maybe Christian Brown. Regardless, it was just a blunder on the Thunder side more than anything, because the Thunder had that game was in their hands. That game was, it should have been an easy win. It really should have been. But Chet Holmgren missing those 2 free throws. And we did see the Thunder at their strongest, and we saw the Nuggets at their strongest. Nuggets at their strongest, Jokic going insane, Russ having a great game, hustling, the whole team hustling. Of course, Michael Porter Jr. wasn't doing great, but the Nuggets were really, really good. Even we didn't even get that much from Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is another guy we know who can pop off and drop 30. So that Nuggets team is still scary, even though they fired their head coach. I mean, a lot of people doubted them after they fired their head coach. They're not completely out of it. That's what they're showing us. It's just like not like just like the Pacers. I don't know what to compare it to. It's because when they fired their head coach, it's like there's a lot of these teams that we kind of ruled out. With this 360 win teams in the NBA, we were like, okay, these 3 are guaranteed to cook. The rest, we don't know what's going to go on, but it is what it is. The Nuggets, the Pacers, and the Knicks are showing us that it's not just those top 3. Those top 3 are beatable. Those top 3 aren't undefeatable. You know what I'm saying? And it would be crazy if we ended up with Nuggets, Pacers, Knicks, and then like either Timberwolves or Warriors in the conference finals. Because that would mean a whole new... I mean, of course, Nuggets will win a championship before. But we would mean a whole new thing in the East, because some new team, either Pacers and the Knicks making the finals, would be something else. And then it's either Timberwolves, Warriors, or Nuggets making it in the West would also be something else, because that's Jimmy, Anthony Edwards, or Jokic winning another ring, which is, you know what I'm saying. But regardless, Thunder versus Nuggets. The Nuggets, these 2 wins, like the wins that the Nuggets have gotten in the playoffs have been very close and very like somewhat luck-based, somewhat where it's like just they barely got it. And that was in the Clippers series. That's in this series as well. And I don't know how much I trust it, especially against a team with the Thunder, where the Thunder, man, they played amazing basketball. Shea was doing great. He dropped like 30-point, almost triple-double, I think. Alex Caruso had like 6 steals in the game. Yeah. Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet got in foul trouble, and that's going to be a big thing with guarding Jokic. That's going to be the major issue that the Thunder have. But aside from that, there's not much you can do to stop this team, man. So I don't know. Again, I'm trusting in the higher seed. I'm trusting that Thunder are gonna come back and be amazing. but it was very. It's like a shock. That's how I see all these game ones, like a whoa, like we didn't expect this. They just all of a sudden just took game one, and for the Pacers, they took game 1 and 2. So one thing I will say, I guess I wanted to say this to end off. I'm not going to talk too much about Timberwolves Warriors, but Timberwolves. No, I should talk about Timberwolves Warriors. I have no idea who's going to win the series. I really don't. I had a prediction for every single series in the first round, and like I was like, okay, I think I know who's going to win this series. I think I know who's going to win this series, and even for the second round, I had predictions for the Thunder, Cavs, and Celtics to make it out. Timberwolves Warriors was hard for me because I still don't know who wins this. I still don't know who like my prediction would be. Because you have the Warriors, and especially now that Steph Curry's out, I think I lean towards the Timberwolves side, but it's very weird. Both of their supporting casts aren't exactly the... I mean, no, the Timberwolves have a reliable supporting cast. It was just that first round, it was kind of iffy at points, but the Timberwolves, I like their supporting cast. The Warriors supporting cast is less reliable, especially on the offensive end. I think the Warriors are great defensive team. The Warriors are a better defensive team than the Timberwolves. But offensively, you really have to trust in Steph and Jimmy. And when Steph is now injured, out for at least a few games, because it's like a new injury for Steph, a hamstring injury, I don't know, man. It's looking a little scary for the Warriors. So before the Steph got injured, I might have taken it like it might have been like Warriors in 7. Right now, I'd say Timberwolves in 6 if I had to guess. But then again, like this is such a hard series to predict because Julius Randle is unpredictable at this point. He had an amazing series against the Lakers, but I still don't believe in him as a consistent playoff performer. And the same thing goes for Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert, horrible games 1 to 4 in the first series. Then game 5 had an absolute masterclass. And I wanted to make a video about that one too. Rudy Gobert was like the Lakers had no answer for him because they didn't have a center. The Lakers and the Bucks are two teams that I wanted to talk about, especially when it comes to their future. But yeah, it was the Timberwolves are very where you have that one star who you can trust. You have a solid supporting cast with the 2 other stars who are like somewhat reliable but somewhat unreliable. It's just a really weird team. It's a really weird situation. So I don't know how it's gonna go. It's gonna be fun though. This playoffs, no matter what, no matter who you're cheering for, no matter like what your thoughts are on the state of the NBA at this point, you have to admit it's been fun. Really, really fun. It's been really entertaining. Every series, we've had like a bunch of game winners, a bunch of comebacks, 4 20-plus point comebacks so far. Unheard of. So overall, I'm just having fun, guys. I'm just having fun. Of course, I'm not watching every single minute of these games. I watch what I can, and I have fun watching what I can. But yeah, I just have fun watching the game, man. Just have fun watching, enjoying the basketball that you're seeing, because it's a great time. It really is a great time. With all these, and an upset is even better for the NBA, because I like the upset of the Timberwolves over the Lakers. 1, because it proved me right from before, and 2, because having an upset in general is great. If we get more upsets, like if the Nuggets beat the Thunder, I don't really want the Nuggets to beat the Thunder, though. I'd rather have a new champion. So, like, if the Pacers beat the Cavs, that's interesting. I mean, it's kind of sad for the Cavs because the Cavs are a team that everybody's like, oh, this is finally the year where they're going to make it past the second round. And they still might not make it past the second round. But upsets are still interesting. It's just been really fun overall. Great to watch and great basketball. We're getting Ant versus Jimmy, Jokic versus Shea, which is the MVP conversation, Don Mitchell versus Tyrese Halliburton, who has been, like, playing amazing for the past like few weeks, and Jason Tatum and Celtics versus Jalen Brunson, the guy who's not clutch versus the clutch player of the year. Like, come on, and when I say Jason Tatum's not clutch, I mean like for the meme side of it, like Jason Tatum is clutch. Hey man, it's a real fun time. So watch it. Watch basketball tonight. We got Knicks, Celtics, and Thunder versus Nuggets. And then tomorrow we got Timberwolves, Warriors game 2. And then Friday we have Cavs, Pacers game 3. And then I'm guessing Saturday, Sunday there's a bunch more games. I actually don't know. That's a great question. Let me check. Saturday We have Celtics Knicks game 3 and Timberwolves Warriors game 3. And then Sunday, Cavs Pacers game 4, Thunder Nuggets game 4. So there's a lot to look forward to, man. These next few, of course, it's not as many games as the first round, but it's going to be fun. So enjoy basketball, guys. I just realized my light was not pointing at me. It's supposed to be like this. Enjoy basketball, guys. Appreciate y'all for watching. I hope I said something of value in today's video. And if not, just should have fun talking about basketball, man. So have a nice day. I'll see y'all next time. And subscribe. That'll be pretty cool.